Welcome everybody to Letter Now, a podcast where we nurture the handlettering artists and illustrators of tomorrow, today. My name is Martina Flor. I'm a lettering artist, illustrator, and author. And today on my first episode ever, I'm going to tell you a bit about why I started this podcast. So I've spent years traveling the world and going to conferences, teaching, workshops, and I constantly try to find new ways of preaching about lettering and typography and their relevance in our lives. I've educated thousands of lettering artists, designers, and illustrators through my online classes, my books, my workshops, my talks. And through that experience, I've learned that we all have the same struggles and questions, that we all go through the same blocks and challenges. And this podcast is to help you through those. Now, this is not another interview podcast. It's a podcast where my guests and I will be there to answer your questions and speak about the topics that are currently occupying your mind. This is not about us, but it's about you. Now, we don't have all the answers. I definitely don't have all the answers, but I've learned in the past that the answers are normally inside you, and you just need someone to help you mirror them or to help you reflect about them. And I named this podcast Letter Now because I knew that if I would put that magic word in there, letter, I was going to attract all of you who love letters and who are into typography. This is what I'm also all about, and I want to gather like-minded listeners. But here's my honest disclosure. This podcast won't be about typography and letter forms only, at least not exclusively. I believe that it will be about something a lot more profound, because I feel that our craft or whatever you love doing is a portal to discover more about yourself. It has happened to me throughout my career that through understanding how I do things, how I approach projects, how I approach, getting better at my own skills and at running my freelance business, I got to understand a tiny bit more about myself and who I am. And all the insecurities I went through, feeling that I wasn't getting better at my craft as fast as I would like to, or feeling that others were better than me. All of these questions and conversations inside my mind that I know that you have as well is what ultimately will get you to know yourself better. So I've been teaching for many years, and I'm convinced that through doing, through making, but also through reflecting, you discover and unlock a lot of things about your own personality. In fact, and here's a little story. During my workshops, my lettering workshops, I normally do a little wrap up at the end, and I go through every single project, and I sort of act as a mirror for that person, and I tell them what I observed during the hours that we were together, and why I observed about their own ways of approaching those projects. I call that letter therapy because it really gives them back something that is much more profound than the lettering piece they created during those 5 or 6 hours. And ultimately, it helps them understand ways of improving their own way of doing stuff and approaching projects. So, in a nutshell, our craft is the medium to tap deeper into ourselves. And believe me, many of the things, insecurities, problems, and roadblocks that you are facing now are part of the journey. On a personal note, doing this podcast was a huge roadblock for me. I've been procrastinating around this idea for more than a year. And as passionate as I am about lettering and typography, English is not my native language, and there's a lot of insecurities around starting a podcast as a non-native. But I also told myself that this was not such a big thing to stop me from actually doing this and showing up. So here I am, and I'm giving this a go. And I appreciate that you're here and that you gave this podcast a chance. Hopefully my guests and I, because I won't be alone here in the next episodes, we will add something to your life, and we'll bring some answers to your questions. So this brings me directly into the questions part of this podcast. We will be answering to questions from listeners. So we will be answering to voice messages. So you can send us your voice message with questions and comments by simply going to martinaflor.com/voice message, or email me your recording to podcast@martinaflor.com. I repeat, you can record a message on martinaflor.com/voice message, or email your voice message to podcast@martinaflor.com. You can record it with your phone and just send it per email. We will be also answering questions and comments on social media. So for instance, we will be answering questions that I pick up on Instagram or on Facebook. For instance, Max sent me yesterday a question saying, what would be the best way to contact or approach businesses or potential clients to offer my work as a lettering artist? Or this other one from Dev from India. How to begin with lettering if you're a complete beginner? So question will cover topics that have to do with developing your skills as well as developing your business as a lettering artist or illustrator. Another thing we will be doing in this podcast, we will also have a little section called Better Now, where we'll be sharing something that we are happy about or something that has changed our lives that might help you as well. Could be something really transcendental or something really simple. So for instance, one of the things could be, in the past year, I've been taking night walks daily and it has really changed my life. I recommend that to you and stuff. Or it could be like, hey, I bought this new pencil that draws like any other pencil that I have tried before and you should try it too. So those are the sort of little pills of, advice that we will share here with our guests. And that's it. That's what this podcast will be all about. I hope you join me. Every week I will invite you to submit questions to discuss with our guest. So stay tuned. You can find me, Martina Flor, the host of this show, on social networks @MartinaFlor, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you have a question or comment, you can email your voice message to podcast@martinaflor, at martinaflor.com, or record it on martinaflor.com/voice message. You can also find these episodes on YouTube. To go to my YouTube channel, you can just go to martinaflor.com/YouTube. And if you want to receive additional lettering tips from me and inspiration, you can sign up for my newsletter on martinaflor.com/lettering tips. So this is it for today. I hope you love this episode and that you will subscribe to the podcast. And thank you for listening, and see you on the next episode of Letter Now. Bye-bye.